Event on hashtag Mentor Hour. I am Damini Mohan, an intern at Lawyered for the business outreach team. And today we also have Chandrika Lamba, who happens to be the executive for the same team. Today's session will be on evolution of ADR for matrimonial disputes in India. And the guest speaker for the day is Nishant S. Diwan. I'll be introducing today's guest. Nishant S. Diwan has been practicing law since 1998, and he has great experience in handling civil, criminal, land acquisition, matrimonial disputes, labor, and industrial laws. He has also conducted many domestic inquiries for charges of misconduct on employees as an inquiry officer. He served as the government advocate for Land and Building Department from 2004 to 2012. So I request all of you to keep your microphones on mute, and in case of any questions, you can please drop it at the chat box, and Sir will be taking those up towards the end of the session. So you can start the presentation now. So you're on mute.
Now it's okay?
Is it okay? Yes.
Hello? Hello? Now I'm
Yes.
audible?
Yes, sir. Yes. You are
Today
audible, sir.
I'll be speaking on the topic of ADR in matrimonial disputes, that is alternate dispute resolution system, which is very much effective in India and everywhere in regards with regards to the matrimonial disputes. As we all say, justice delayed is justice denied, which evades in case when we take the ADR method. Like the alternate dispute resolution, that includes conciliation, mediation, or out of the court settlement of the from the parties, and they are made to sit together. Their families are made to understand the legal consequences and the hardships they may follow, that may follow, and they will be facing. So all this, when understood by the parties, they definitely come over to a compromise, and these kind of disputes are basically not by the, it is like in the flux of time only, which definitely come over and are settled aside.
Uh,
Like evolution of ADR, alternate dispute resolution in India, is prevalent in India since time immemorial, and it was initially the Gram Panchayat system. Then came the Arbitration Act, the Arbitration and Conciliation Act. Lok Adalats were set up in 1980s. Section 89 of CPC, which specifically says for the court referral to the ADR system. Prevalent, it's like initially when there was no courts of law as such made by the authorities, there were gram panchayats dealing with the disputes relating or arising out of the people residing anywhere. So the gram panchayats used to take up the issues, the cases or the issues that arises between the parties, and they were settled in an amicable way through the ADR system only. Then in the Arbitration Act, which says that both the parties come together and say their sides before the arbitrator, and then they ask the arbitrator to decide it, and the dispute is decided accordingly. Arbitration and Conciliation Act is also like that only. Lok Adalats were set up in 1980s. These adalats are statutorily, mandatorily made for the benefit of the society or the litigants on the whole, because of the longevity of the cases that was taking up. like the cases were dragged up for years and years and there was no outcome. So Lok Adalats were set up so that there can be a mutual amicable settlement between the parties and they can come to a conclusion before a separate Lok Adalat, which is apart from the court and where parties are free to speak of their own and the things are settled over there very much. Section 89 of the CPC specifically says for the court referral to the ADR, like for the alternate dispute resolution system, for specific matters which are to be referred to the mediation or conciliation, definitely for the settlement. The major legal acts under the family laws are Hindu Marriage Act 1956, Indian Succession Act 1925, and Special Marriage Act 1954. These are the major legislations which cover family law in India. ADR in India was established under the Legal Services Authority Act, mediation, conciliation, and informal settlement of disputes in litigation. Reconciliation under section 23(2) and 23(3) of the Hindu Marriage Act and under section 34(3) of the Special Marriage Act 1954. These are all legal statutes which say that ADR is effective, which say that ADR should be taken into account while dealing with the matrimonial disputes or the family matters. Advantages of matrimonial disputes. Advantages of ADR for matrimonial disputes. It has the most, the deepest, and the best advantage for the matrimonial disputes, for which cannot be counted in numbers or which cannot be explained in terms of anything, because it saves time, money, and efforts. It is more flexible, party participation, and it is always a win-win in outcome. Because either ways, any of the party that comes over, the decision comes in the favor of any of the parties, is has come to the mutual settlement only. And when it is done in a mutual way, the both of parties are satisfied and happy for the result of the dispute that has come over, and it saves time, money, and effort. It's always flexible. Parties can say whatever they feel like, and it is the participation of the parties is also there. Like parties themselves appear before the uh, authorities and they say whatever they feel like. How can ADR mechanism be improved? Concrete legislation for mediation, like it has to be done for every case. Like recently it has been notified that litigations, civil recovery litigations, recovery litigations above a specific amount are first to be referred for mediation, and then only they can come to the court. The same way it should be happened, it should be mandated for other litigations also. And for matrimonial disputes, I must say it should be a must for all matrimonial disputes. Whatever come to the court, they should first go to the mediation, and if they are not satisfied over there, then only they shall come to the court. The accessibility, setting up mediation and conciliation centers, nook and corner of the country, in every nook, which is very necessary, because there are mediation centers right now running over in some districts of the Delhi, I know, but not everywhere and all nook and corner of the country. And the awareness, acceptance, and implementation is to be done by the people for the people, and is very beneficial and is always looked upon in a positive state of mind. There is one case, also case law, which I would like to discuss. In a case, the wife filed a divorce petition alongside against the husband under section 498A IPC, which is a 498A IPC is for the demand of dowry and all. After a dispute arose between the couple subsequent to birth of a girl child, the High Court directed the parties to mediation under Section 80 of the CPC. The matter was settled through mediation, after which wife decided to quash the FIR. The court allowed this. The court, in exercise of its inherent powers, can quash the criminal proceedings of FIR or complain in appropriate court order to meet the end of justice. Like the Section 498A IBC is non-compoundable in nature. It cannot be compounded. It cannot be quashed. But in this case, or in the cases like this, the High Court has specifically, under the orders, under its powers, has quashed the FIR for the benefit of the society only and for the benefit of the parties, so that the matter can be decided and matter be settled along with all the other matters of the parties, and there is no dispute between the parties shall prevail. My personal suggestions to you all are: marriage is a sacred institution in the eyes of law, and it should always be first of all, first tried not to break off any marriage or not to dissolve any marriage, because it is like in the law also it is said that is a sacred institution and it should not be dissolved or led off like anything else. And separation should be the last option only when there is no possibility of reconciliation. This is my humble submission and my sincere suggestion to the society on the whole, because when there is a kind of divorce or any separation of the parties, it's not those two persons that will be living separately or
Thank
they
you
will
so
be
much, sir, for
divorced
your
or all.
insights on this topic. Any other personal suggestions from your side, sir?
No, I have already said many of the things I feel.
So
Whatever.
you are on mute. Okay. Hello.
Hello?
Yeah. Sorry, sir.
Yeah.
So next slide is for Q&A, right? So the panel is now open for the Q&A.
Okay.
So the question, Damini, would you like to please take the questions? I request you to please run the first slide of the PPT for the contact details of the sir, and then in the middle we can stop sharing the screen. In the meanwhile, you can start with the questions which we have received from the participants. Damini, am I audible to you?
Yes,
Yeah.
I can hear you. Okay, so you have a question from Shekhar Sahu. Don't you think it reduces the value of mechanism of ADR? Why is there a word alternative in ADR?
No, it's like it is definitely an alternative dispute resolution system only because the courts are there to take up the matter. They take up the disputes. The courts are a specific body to take up the disputes, the legal issues, legal disputes between anybody or any parties. Now we have this alternate dispute resolution system, which is a very good thing that I've been explaining and I've been telling. So it is for the betterment of the society only.
Okay. So there is another question. How should a lawyer prepare for mediation of matrimonial disputes?
A lawyer should prepare the party for the matrimonial disputes. He should not take part in the mediation proceedings or anything. He should make the party understand whatever the dispute is and whatever the party wants out of the dispute and the things that are necessary to be told to the mediator.
Okay. So there is one more question. If a case does not settle at the first mediation session, what can be done?
It depends on the point that on what issue or what stance has that first mediation ended. If there is any chance of any second session also, then it can have another round of the mediation, or then or otherwise then it will be referred to the court only for the matter to be decided by the court. While
Okay.
when the mediation fails, it is to be decided by the file is sent by the court to the mediation, and when the mediation fails, it is sent back to the court for the decision for the adjudication.
Okay. So what is the procedure involved with Lok Adalat?
Lok adalats are specific bodies which are made under the specific acts and statutes, which in which specific cases are marked when they sit. They generally don't sit regularly. Local adults generally don't sit regularly. Whenever they sit, some courts are there which mark the matters to the local adults, like for the petty civil recovery matters, or some matrimonial matters, or some uh, like electricity and water uh, related matters. These matters are taken over of there.
So we have another question from one of the participants. What are the challenges faced in ADR when a party claims restitution of conjugal rights?
There can be n number of charges, char- where it can be faced by the party on asking for the restitution of conjugal rights, and it can be the same as in the court only. So means whatever, there may be some personal things that are going on between the parties, but generally it is like they don't want to live together for some reason which is better known to them only.
There is one more question from Shekhar Sahu again. What do you feel about the hybrid mechanism of ADR, such as ARB mediation? Are they more effective than mainstream ones?
No, I feel all mediations are effective and are equally at par only.
And also, are mediation agreements enforceable at the court of law?
Yes, yes.
We have one more question. Can a party opt for mediation after losing the case of a matrimonial dispute in the court?
What?
Can a party opt for mediation after losing the case in the court?
No, once the party has lost the case in the court, then they cannot go for mediation.
Okay.
They shall be going for the mediation against the contesting party only. The party who has already won over will not come over for the mediation.
Okay. So, and what are the different options we have under ADRs for matrimonial disputes?
Like for the mediation is the first thing. Conciliation of the matter, conciliation by the parties is the second thing. The meetings of the families or settlements that may be arrived between the families or the parties is another thing. It is generally that only because there's no more, not much in the statute which has been led for the matrimonial things.
Okay. So, are there any disadvantages of ADR for matrimonial disputes?
I don't feel there are any disadvantages of the ADRs for the matrimonial disputes because it is less time taking, it is more money saving, it is more effective. Parties have their say to it, and it is decided as per the wish of the parties. When once,
So, and how to be a qualified mediator? Is there any kind of separate examination one needs to take for that?
how, what?
How to become a qualified mediator?
You have to have this for the forms come, the applications are asked for from the lawyers in the court when it is a court mediation, and by the general public when it is of the government mediation.
So there is no examination required for it.
No, 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 not as such. No.
I don't think we have
But
any more.
lawyers are more preferred as mediators,
Okay,
an advocate is more preferred as a mediator.
okay. I don't think we have any more questions. Uh, Thank you so much, sir, for this wonderful session.
I request everyone,
Bye.
just a moment, Damini. Yeah. The question which is WhatsApp to you. Have you asked that question to this to sir?
Yes, I've asked this question.
Okay, great. To all the participants, I request there is a link in the yes. The link is now working. I request all the participants to kindly fill that form for the attendance purpose. And coming back to the topic, sir, do you
Yeah.
think there is any requirement for the changes or in anything which has affected this particular sector because of this pandemic?
What? Pandemic?
Yeah, because of this coronavirus.
Yeah. As such, this pandemic specifically does not has made more of the things which have come on record. But people have been telling and saying that matrimonial issues and matrimonial cases will rise up to a certain level once this corona thing ends up.
Okay. Just a moment, sir.
Yeah.
I think there is an issue with the link of payments. So I request all the participants to wait for a second.
So we have another question.
Yeah.
As a mediator, how do you ensure a win-win settlement?
Win-win settlement is like a mediator is listening to or have both the parties before him, and he'll be deciding the matter as per their wish only. And once the wish of the party is fulfilled or it is granted, it's a win-win for him only. Like he makes both the parties come to a settlement. So it's a happiness for both the parties.
Okay. So, and
At least,
another important thing.
if we can say it in other words, that nobody will lose. Maybe there'll not be a position like win-win for everybody, but there will not be a position definitely for losing for both of them.
So another important aspect that will be involved for a matrimonial dispute is the confidentiality. So when
Yes.
it comes to mediation or lok adalats, do you think confidentiality is maintained?
Yes, in the local adalats even it is maintained to a certain level, and the mediation, though it is definitely maintained because it is between the mediator and the parties themselves only.
So who else will be present apart from the mediator and the party? Will there be any other person?
No, not as such required.
And how does one pick a mediator?
No, one does not pick a mediator. Mediator is marked by the mediator in charge, like the in charge of the mediation center where you have filed your application or your case will be marked to a certain mediator and who will be taking up your case. You are not supposed to take for or pick any specific mediator or anybody.
So as a party,
Like it is the same with the same in the courts also. When you file a case before the court, in the court, it will be marked to any judge. You cannot say that it should be marked to a specific or single judge only or this judge only. This is the thing.
okay. So for a mediation process, can the parties bring their lawyer along with them?
uh, they can, but they should not, because mediation is between the parties and the mediator only. So even if the lawyer has to come to make the things go smoothly, or to make the parties understand the repercussions of the things, then he may be allowed.
So one last question. So
Yeah.
how does one make a choice, or what are the things a person should consider before
I'm not.
opting for a mediation or a formal court procedure for a matrimonial dispute?
For that is for that thing only I have suggested that mediation shall be mandated. It should be in the law only that you first go for the mediation only for any matrimonial dispute or any kind of dispute before coming to the court. Because once you come to the court, you know how much matters are pending before the courts to be adjudicated. It's there are lakhs which are
Okay.
now, because of corona only, this pandemic, the dates are being given, the matters are being more and more pushed over. So it is more easier and more face to face and more easier and effective in all ways for the parties to come for the mediation and conciliation and get the matters or the dispute settled along.
Thank you so much, sir, for your such an for sharing such an insightful knowledge on this topic. we are glad to receive such valuable points from your side, your
Thank you
particular
very much.
intake on this topic. I would like Damini, if you have anything to say about the webinar. Also, I would request all the participants to now click on the form and just please fill that form for the attendance purpose. Yes, over to you, Damini.
I had a very insightful session, as you mentioned. Um, thank you so much for coming, sparing your time, and sharing this information with us. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much for the team and for everybody to have a words with me. Thank you.
Thank you. I would like to thank Lloyd for organizing this webinar on this topic, and also thank you, sir, for your valuable presence on this topic. Thank you, everyone.
Thank
Thank you
you
for joining.
also very much for everything. For everything. Thank you.
You're welcome, sir. Have a good evening, sir. Bye bye.
Thank you. You too. Bye.